Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Sudip Maiti, Career Acceleration Specialist. Welcome to the Classroom to Boardroom Talk Show. And this is the episode number 41. As you all know that, we are gathered here to enlighten you about the different ways by which the transition can be happen from classroom to boardroom. I'm calling out the few eminent personalities from the industry, those who are already excel in their career. And today we have invited one of the great personality who is an IT professional, and he is an intuitive and result driven information technology and the project management leader, more than 15 plus years of experience and leading IT solutions and leading multi-billion dollars digital transformation projects. An excellent communicators, presenters, and the negotiator with the talent for implementing the talent technical strategies, building, strengthening the relationship across the functions to drive the cohesive and the strategic operations. I'm pleased to welcome Mr. Ajay Ramachandran with hundreds rounds of applause. Let's hear from him. And today we will talk about the topic is quite interesting topic. The topic is nothing but the future of product management. What could be the salary inside and what is the growth in management, and what are the essential skill is required if you want to get into the product management skill. So welcome Mr. Ajay in this particular talk show. So would you mind to introduce yourself, Ajay?
Yeah, thanks, Sudip. It's wonderful to be on this show, and congratulations first of all on your book. Fantastic book. And I'm sure a lot of people are benefiting and from this show as well. So, thanks for having me here. As you introduced, I mean, I've been in this industry, in IT industry, for the last 15, 18 years now. Doing various stuff. I started my career as a software developer, and as I grew, I got in. I mean, finally, I'm into the project management space, but there was a lot in between, right? And I did a lot of. I wore a lot of hats. I did product management. I did project management. I dabbled in finance, and all along, I've been learning. Right, in my journey, the constant theme has been in learning. So that's always been the case. So as I started growing in my career, I started wearing and taking up different challenges. So whatever challenges came my way, I've been taking that up. And today I am with Oracle. I lead multiple teams over there. One of them is product management, part of my portfolio is again my product basically is a pricing and billing product. This product is a very niche product. So if you look at it, any product that you sell, it needs to have a price and a billing, right? You have to bill someone, you have to price something, and this product really does that. And when I call it a niche product, it's because it's not your regular pricing and billing. It's used in like banks, for example, where there are complex pricing associated with it when you're talking about discount and tier and all. Insurance industries where there are pricing based on claims and your health transactions, and other areas too. So it's really a niche product where it handles most complex pricing and billing cases. And now I lead that as part of the Oracle. And
Great. So Ajay, so you did your engineering from India, and then you moved to US, and you did your masters from there. And afterwards, I have seen in your profile you did the management journey also. I feel that
correct.
there is a lot of challenges you have faced in your life, I believe, and how you
Correct.
have overcome. Give some kind of the glimpse to the audience, those who are the listening to us. So at least it will be motivate to them to take charge of their own career, and they can overcome those journey.
Correct. So yeah, that's a good point, right? I did my engineering. That was the field. So one thing I would definitely say is, ask yourself the question of what next, right? Whatever stage you are in career, and so that you are done the same thing, right? Don't be satisfied where you are today. Always have that question. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing that job. Ask the question, what next for you? And when you ask that question, you really start seeing the way down. And that was the question when I did my engineering. It's like, what next, right? I'm doing this job. What next? It led me to my master's. A few years I did my work there, and then I asked, like, in my career, what next? Right? And then I did wanted to go into the management track, and that's where I put my MBA in. But that's a constant question that I ask. Don't be satisfied where you are. Ask yourself that question: what next? And to get to what next, what you need to do. So that's kind of my advice to the people who want to do, grow wherever in either the career path that they are in, or in a different career path. But that question will lead you to that journey.
Absolutely, absolutely, Ajay. So people should, what I feel that in my career journey, also in the IT industry more than 20 years, I have seen that I'm never satisfied with the one job or might be the one portfolio what I'm doing. I'm always looking for something else different. And today what I'm doing, it's because of my passion. I thought of why not to give it to the society, whatever the struggle I have faced in my career journey, why not to share with the society so that they can inspire, they can motivate, and they can do something in their career. So first of all, what I would suggest to the audience, so believe in yourself first. That is the most important things. And you have to take a steps in your life. There will be a lot of challenge, lot of failures will be coming on the way.
Correct.
You have to overcome those failures, because as long as you will not fail in your life, so you will not see what would be the success afterwards.
Correct.
So the
I,
failure will be there. Forget about the failures. But the thing is that you should understand exactly why you have failed. And every day, what I used to do, even though you fail in your life or anywhere else in your career journey in your life, you should do one thing. You should celebrate that things, even though you fail in your life. What
and I
people are
think
doing.
that.
Yeah,
Go
great,
ahead.
great. Go ahead.
No, so what I was saying, I agree with you, right? And what I'm saying is, you cannot. Failure is a perspective, right? As long as you're learning something from the failure, that's the biggest takeaway from that. I mean, our mindset has to be always on what better I can do, what I can learn from my past mistake, and I don't think we need to, as such, look at the failure. It's more about what did you learn from that thing, right? And
Correct. Correct. So we'll move into the topic exactly. As you all know that the today's topic is quite interesting. So Ajay is the master into the product management. He's managing the huge scale of the team at the one of the biggest organizations based out of US, and he's my good friend, although during my engineering days, and still he is my good friend. And we are talking about the product management because he is already going to that particular path. So Ajay, just let me know one thing. What are the essential skill is required if somebody has to get into the product management field?
yeah, so that's a question, good question, right? And I get asked that question a lot. And the beauty about project man or product management here is that you don't need to have a specialized skill set, right? So there are multiple ways you can get into product management. One is really that you've been in that industry. So my journey was really coming from that industry, working on those industries where understanding the pricing and billing, because I did a lot of that work behind before I moved into this. But that is one area that you can get. Like you're in some industry, and so for example, if you're in a hotel industry, and you're building an app, DoorDash, right? So in and out of how the hotel industry work, you can contribute to the app because you have your learnings. The other way is not just that. You are in, say, any kind of functionality like sales, right? You are talking to the users, you are understanding user problem, even though it's not same industry, but you have the mindset to understand what user is facing. Now if you have the understanding of to figure out what difficulty a user is feeling, it doesn't matter which industry you need to take to. You can apply that same concept again and again in any industry. So that's the mindset that you need to have, is to understand what is the problem and how to fix that problem, right? And how to fix that problem will come later. But if you understand what is the problem, that is the key thing, right? So, and that a product management should have it, is to understand what are the challenges, what is the problem. And if you identify the problem, half the battle is done, right? So that's the thing, right? You can come from any field as long as you have the mindset to look into what is the problem, why is this happening, and once you see that, that's it. Your journey, you can get into any, you know, other things are easy, right? I mean, you can get some certifications and all the other things, but that doesn't matter a lot. When you go to interviews, it's 90% of the time people who are getting into product management is the mindset. Are you able to understand? Are you able to look at those problems and figure out, right, what are those next steps?
Correct. So, Ajay, just let me understand exactly. So, can you just give some basic difference between the project management and the product management so that it will be
Project
the
man
clear to people? Yeah,
Yeah, project management is taking a project, right? Just any implementation, any project you're taking, and you're taking steps, and you're pulling in all the teams, you're putting all the steps to get it to the end result, right? So that is project management. It typically, like you're building a house, so you are coordinating. Okay, from today to this whole building a house will take me 6 months, right? So in that case, you'll start with talking to the guys who are putting the foundation of the house, coordinating their timing, and then you're talking to the guys who are going to build, and then you're talking to the guys who are pulling the appliances and say, okay, you bring your appliance on some certain date and things like that. Right? You're putting the pieces together. Product management is really looking at talking to the owner of the house and saying, what do you need? What is your need? Do you have special needs in your house? How to? It's kind of the architect, right, who is designing that house for you. The execution of that, the building of the house is different, but designing that house, thinking what needs to be, what am I building for this person, which is very personalized in this case, right? So that is the difference, right? It's so for to that, as I said, you need to understand, you need to ask the right questions to the people and say, what exactly do you need? How do you need? How big your bedroom is? Do you need a bedroom or two bedroom or four bedroom? How many people you have in house? So those kind of things, and then that, the design will come together, and that's kind of the product management where you go with.
great, great. So, do you think that any freshers they can move into the directly into the product management? Do you
Yes,
think that?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I have hired myself a lot of freshers, as I said. I mean, and that is, you start understanding. That's where the attitude will come in. That's where the mindset will come in. So, a lot of freshers have gotten into but typically, the journey for a fresher will be initially a BA kind of role and then into a product management role. But yeah, definitely you can get into product management very early in your career.
Okay. So, what kind of the degree is required for them? Is it the basic engineering is more or less same for them, or
More,
the?
yes. Engineering for most part, yes, right. Not necessarily, but yes, definitely it helps to have an engineering degree. And even from a business perspective, if you have a MBA or something, you can definitely, that's also a path from a business side also, because you start thinking in a business term more than an IT term. So more and more people from business stream are into product management, I would say.
Okay, okay, okay. So if I look into the salary curve for this the product managers or the maybe the freshers, those who get into the product management field, what could be the salary range? If you have any kind of the idea, so that it will be the helpful for the people those who are listening to us, because they can jump into their build their career into the business analyst, then move into the product management and all.
Correct.
If they feel that the salary is good, obviously.
Typical salary that I am seeing in India, and it varies from industry to industry, and varies from person to person nowadays also. But definitely a starting of 7 to 10 is something that we are seeing in the market for the starting 7 to 10 lakhs in India. So
Oh,
definitely it's something that's decently paid, I would say. But the thing is, the better you get at it, it's an exponential growth. There is a lack of talent, especially in terms of product management. Lack of good talent. There are a lot of people, but a good talent definitely is gets noticed, as well as has an exponential growth. So I have seen people jumping from five-fold, ten-folds in like matter of 5-6 years.
oh, great, great. And what kind of the specific certifications they have to do? Do you have any idea exactly if you have to move into or grow in your career as a product management field? What are the basic kind of? Is there any specific certifications they have to do?
There are some certification. I don't remember off the top, but certification is
Okay.
not that important in that role. I would say it's
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's I don't think anyone looks at that those certification as such, right? It's because it's
Mm.
more of a mindset kind of a career. It's not like, in a coding you can ask Java kind of questions, but in
Correct.
product management you are always solving an unsolved problem, a new problem, right? So it's really a mindset thing that people try to. Again, I mean, all you need to think about is how to solve a problem, and I think that flushes out through the interview process. Um, and there are some good books also out there, right? If you look at product management books, there are some really good books. One thing that comes to my mind is Inspired. So I think there's a book called Inspired, and they have so that is kind of a good starting point if you want to read. But there are quite a good set of books out there that talks about product management and the mindset around it. So
Great. Great. Another things what I would say, so do you think that this product management, as you told exactly, the people has to think about the end user perspective, what they're expecting, try to ask the questions to them and get the outcome from them, what they're expecting out of that particular the product. Correct. So do you think that this job is really stressful for the person, those who are
no,
doing
I
building
think
their career?
No, I don't think at all. I mean, it's more, if you like, it's more enjoyable, I think, as a career. At least I
Mm.
feel like that. I think part of stress is on you. It doesn't matter which industries you are in, there is always some kind of stress, some kind of pressure there, but it's on an individual level that how much stress do you really want to take, right? As long as you're maintaining a good work life balance, I think definitely it's not a stressful job. It's much more of a I would say it's enjoyable. It's not.
Okay. Okay. So another thing is that, so what type of, as you told exactly, so company to company, the salary is varying. Okay. So what do you think, in your opinion, exactly what type of the company pays the highest salary to the product manager?
I think if you look at it today, we are living in a really a product world. Like
Mm-hmm.
so many. I mean, a product is not just a physical product, right? So there are so many apps
Mm-hmm.
that we build, right? And people are
Mm-hmm.
continuously new things are coming up. A few
Mm-hmm.
years back it was Uber, now DoorDash, and all those
Correct.
things that is just so I mean, I think there's a lot of opportunities over there that we are looking at. I think the companies, there are two kind of companies that pays a lot. One is a startup company which has a great idea. For example, like ChatGPT, right? I mean, it needs a product manager because you're building something for people to use it, and then there is definitely question on how people are using. But those kind of companies, right, and startups are ones who pay a lot, and the other thing are the established ones, like the Googles of the world, and the Metas. So there are those two spectrum are the ones. There are quite a few, like thing, and then there is entire companies in between that pays like a really good salary. But I have mostly seen startup and the established one paying a lot.
So the thing is that if you have to be a product manager, you have to be the from the IT field. Is there any necessary you have to know the IT, or the no? It's not
No,
required.
no. As I said,
Not
I don't think it's a must to be an IT. You
okay.
can, as I said, any field, right? You don't even like, as long as understand like what we are trying to solve, and
Mhm.
asking that, having that mindset. I keep repeating on that word is the key thing that we look at it. For me, I don't think I look at either a degree or a college when it comes to. I mean, it helps to get noticed, but definitely that's not
Mm.
a must criteria. It's really it really flushes out during the interview, how you're thinking, how you're solving a problem, what is your approach to a problem. That is kind of the thing that stands out for people.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah, you need
Great.
to have passion, right? If you have a passion for something or anything, you can get into that field, right? So for example, if I have a passion for cricket, I can get into some app that builds cricket because I have so much passion for it, and help them, and I have so much inside knowledge into it. So whatever your passion is, right, he can take that step into that career or that field. So if someone has a financial background, say he's a accountant and he's been doing a lot of auditing work and a lot of work in that, he can move into a transition into a product management in like ERP fields, like in the tax software field, where they're like TurboTax, for example. Right? I'm sure they're hiring from those kind of background people who have been doing audit work on the field because they have the understanding of what they are seeing in the field, understanding what the problem the people that this product serves are having, right? So it's not really, it really depends on which area you are going into. And now the area is so wide open. Everything is today, everything, if you look at it, it's an app, right? And everything, every app needs a product manager basically. So
Correct. Correct. So I would request, so those who are listening to us, so as it is telecast into the Facebook, in LinkedIn, as well as the YouTube channel. So if you have any particular query related to the product management, you can reach out to me. I can reach out to Ajay to get it clarified and give you the proper answers so that you can build your career as a product management field. That is the one important thing. Another thing is that this talk show is yet to be just about to be complete within a minute. So before closing this particular talk show, so last message, Ajay, so you, if you want to give to the people, exactly those who want to build their career as a product manager, or maybe that they want to start their career as a product management field, what kind of the message you want to give? So that is the one line, or might be the two line, if you want to say to them, so that would be really helpful for them.
correct. Yeah. So I think just be open to change. I think that is one thing. Don't be boxed into what you're doing today. If you want to move your career, be open to change, because only when you embrace the change that good things will happen to you. So that one thing that I always say to remember is change is good. Change is not bad. It's always change always bring good results. Second thing I would say is, and this is, I'm borrowing it from someone who I heard a few days back, is be like a slumdog millionaire, right? That kid always learned from every experience that he has. So continue to learn from every experience that you have, everything that you go through. There is always a learning out there. And third thing is, if you want to go to a product management field, understand your passion. If you have a passion for something, and if you can relate that to the product management, you will be much more successful than just blindly going into product management without knowing the field. So for example, if you want to go into a finance related field, and be try to learn more about finance, and then apply that when you go into the product management on that field. So having that kind of experience, having that kind of learning will definitely help you in that path.
Thank you. So we are about to be closed this particular talk. So if anyone has any particular query, or might be the, if you want to look forward for this different kind of the topic related to career, if you want to build your career in different field other than the product management, so let me know so that we can bring someone exactly and give you the advice in that particular career field so that you can build your career. So write down in the comment box. So that is the one thing. And also thank you everyone, those who are listening to us from bottom of my heart. And also thank you, Ajay, to accepting my invitations and sharing the stage with you in this particular talk show. Thank you. And we are
Thanks.
closing this particular talk show here.